Man is back.
Oh, okay, boys. Oh my gosh, the ring got messed up. This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have delivered.
This is your boy. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash True and Find Out. Back at it with another Pokemon Unite commentary video gameplay for you guys for YouTube. Now, I've been bringing you guys Pokemon Unite commentary for a while now. My phone's going off, so I apologize for that. But I was considering switching it up later this year and bring you guys some Call of Duty commentary for you guys. And, you know, obviously with the new one coming out within a few short weeks, I was like, yo, now is the perfect time to get back into Call of Duty and to bring you guys some Call of Duty commentary videos again, like I used to back in the day. Well, that's not going to happen. And this is where today's video or topic comes to play, rather. Now, originally, there's like other topics that I had in mind, and I have no clue where to begin. But this take top priority. This is very, very important because we talking about whether or not you should spend $70. Of course, this is in the USA, US currency. You know, I don't know what it is in your country, but it may be more. Well, more likely it is more. But this is huge. This is very, very important because this could potentially save you from wasting 70 USD dollars. What's going on? So, in case you haven't heard, Activision Blizzard, who owns Call of Duty, who makes the game, by the way, they now added in a new stipulation to this game, and it's the same stipulation they added onto Overwatch 2. Now, this is where we're going to get to the article of VideoGamesChronicles.com. So check this out. A recently updated article on Blizzard's website, Activision Blizzard, detailing its use of phone requirements on Battle.net states that players will need a phone number to play Modern Warfare 2. Now, just by hearing that, you probably say, well, everybody should have a cell phone, right? I mean, well, that's true, but it's more to it than that. Well, and let me get back to the article. While having a mobile phone may not seem like a large barrier to entry in modern life, the site specifies that mobile numbers with prepaid plans may not work. As such, players who have a pay-as-you-go contract on their phone may not be eligible to sign up to Battle.net and play the game. I'm not joking. So, continuing on, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the newly created Overwatch 2 accounts and newly created Call of Duty Modern Warfare accounts requires a phone number. The site information reads. It then adds, and I'm quoting here, messaging apps like iMessages, like iOS, or WhatsApp, iOS, or in Android, are not supported. Mobile phones with prepaid plans may not work with the phone notification service. Phone notifications cannot be used with voice over IP or VoIP, and VoIP numbers that are transferred to a local provider are not eligible for the service. The SMS Protect two-factor authentication system proved controversial when it was implemented in Overwatch 2 after players on prepaid mobile phones reported being locked out of the game. And while that is a big deal, but the fact that this is going on in Call of Duty is a much bigger deal, and I'll explain in a second, but let's continue with the article. Blizzard apologized and removed the phone number requirement for some players, mainly those who have been signed up to Battle.net for more than a year. And this is a quote within the article. Any Overwatch player with a connected Battle.net account, which includes all players who have played since June 9th of last year, 2021, will not have to provide a phone number to play, Blizzard says. And, you know, the end quote. So, there you go with that. Continue on with the article. However, new players still have to provide a number, with Blizzard adding, quoting here, we remain committed to combat disruptive behavior of Overwatch 2, aka cheating and hacking. Accounts that were not connected to Battle.net, as well as new accounts, will still have to meet SMS Protect requirements, end quote. And the newly added information on the Battle.net site seems to apply that all Modern Warfare 2 players will have to provide a number, regardless of how long they have been registered with that service. So the game comes out October 28th, But players who pre-order the digital version of the game will be granted early access to its campaign starting on October 20th. And Activision recently confirmed a Warzone 2 release date on November 16th, which will also mark the start of Modern Warfare 2's first season of live content. So, basically, if you got like Cricket Wireless or something like that, pay as you go plans or the prepaid phone things, that ninja numbers associated to those, there's a good chance you won't be able to play this. Now, why is this a big deal? So, while this is still a big deal for Overwatch 2, but there's a major difference between dealing with this to try and play Overwatch 2 and dealing with this when trying to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And this ain't the remake or a remaster. This is a separate new game and they, for some odd reason, just reused the title. Again, because they did this with Modern Warfare. But nevertheless, here's the major difference between the two. Overwatch 2 is free to download and play. This ain't. This is $70. So, and I had to look this up, but even though there was not much information, but there was one article, I forgot which article it was, but there was one article that says, hey, you need a SMS phone number pretty much to play the game. Not just, you would think, oh, it's just online, right? No, it's to play the game, period. That's included offline stuff like the campaign mode, apparently. Again, that's just one website but not a lot of people are confirming whether or not this is true or not. Heck, even Blizzard, Activision Blizzard themselves doesn't even say anything about it. In fact, here's how bad that website is. If you were to go to their website, they mention nothing about this. And when I mean their website, I mean like callofduty.com/Modern Warfare 2. So matter of fact, I'm about to go to their website right now real quick. So check this out. So if you were to type in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, do a Google search. The first link should be callofduty.com, and then it got Modern Warfare 2. If you look for that entire site, there's nothing about the whole SMS verification thing. If you look at their FAQs, it's really talk about no mention of the SMS thing. If you even go to their support site, which is support.activision.com, there's nothing about it. Even we click, for example, on Warfare site, I can't even type in there. There's nothing there. If I were to type in the top SMS, there's really bad. Backtrack, try account security, because that's another decent spot where it could be. And I would have click on, let's say, if security and enforcement policy. Does it mention anything about SMS here? About your phone number being, needed to play the games or anything like that? Nope, there's nothing there. I just did a search, and that noise means that it came up 0. There's nothing here. So, okay, how about account help? Maybe it's in there. And I'm literally looking, because this is my first time looking through this. But first of all, nothing even opening when I click on account help. So, yeah, but bottom line is this. There's nothing there. Again, if I type in SMS in the search bar, again, there's nothing there. You know where you have to go to find this stuff? You literally have to go to Blizzard's website. Not Call of Duty, not Activision, but Blizzard's website. So actually, it's battle.net support site. That's where you find it. And I'm like, if it wasn't for these articles who have the link to this, you would have no idea that, one, this was a thing, more than likely, and two, you had no idea where to go and find this if it wasn't for these articles. So, because again, Activision Blizzard, they ain't saying a damn thing about it. It's not on any of their websites in terms of the Activision side, in terms of the Call of Duties or the Activision support. You have to go to Blizzard's support, which is battle.net, us.battle.net. You have to go there to find something about it. And even there, it don't really explain about how much of Call of Duty you can play. It just said Call of Duty. So again, the assumption here is you need a actual phone number that is under, the whole SMS thing, that is not prepaid or pay as you go, to not just play online, but to play the game, period. And let me remind everybody about these return policies when it comes to these video games. Let's start off with if you buy a physical copy of these games. If you buy a physical copy of this game, which again costs, well, I think it's $70. I think it's on PS4, P5, Xbox One and the X and S, I think it's $70. So, and guess what? If you open the game and you realize that you need an actual phone number that isn't pay as you go or prepaid, you're going to try to take it back. Guess what? You're not getting your money back because you tore out that plastic. You're not getting your money back. The most you can do is exchange it for a different game or a different product or get credit. You know, like get that $70 in a gift card or something like that. But in terms of you actually getting your money back to spend it on something else, no, that's not happening. And, you know, that's like the best case scenario for you. The worst case scenario for you is you're not getting a refund your stuff at the game. And in the middle of the road is the gift card thing. So, well, actually, that is the best case scenario, rather. So there's no middle of the road. But you get the point. So that's if you get the game, like an actual copy of the game in your hand. Now, let's look at digital version. Because remember, if you pre-order the game, you can get the campaign early, which is in like 8 days of me recording this video, which is on the 20th. So let's take a look at Steam, because this will be available on Steam. So Steam got a really good return policy. So Steam refund offers within 2 weeks of purchase and with less than 2 hours of playtime applies to games and software applications on the Steam store. So there you go with that. Now, let's take a look at their pre-purchase titles. When you pre-purchase, aka pre-order, a title on Steam and have paid for the title in advance, you can request a refund at any time prior to the release of that title. The standard 14 days, 2-hour refund period also applies starting on the game's release date. So, even if you pre-order the game and you want a refund now because you saw my video and you learned, you can get it. No questions asked. Even if you get it day one and you barely play the game, you didn't play up to 2 hours of it, whatever the case may be, you can still get a refund, full refund, no problem. Now, if we would go to Blizzard's site, which is battle.net, but you can order this game from there, but they have to pretty much have the same return policy. Granted, you have to look for it, but they do have the same return policy. Now, this one is on blizzards.com website. We refund paid games or expenses within 14 days of purchase as long as you haven't played for more than 2 hours. So there you go with that. Now, pre-purchases. Let's take a look at this real quick. We'll typically refund any pre-purchase game or product prior to its release, provided you haven't played the game or expansion for more than 2 hours via pre-purchase early access. Keep that in mind as well. Some exceptions may apply in cases where the pre-purchase game include in-game benefits that can be claimed for other products. If you already claim or use those additional benefits, the person will become non-refundable. Okay, that don't apply here. So either way, they got the same return policy as Steam. Okay, that's good. Now let's look at Microsoft, Xbox. So you go to their support site, looking at their refunds policy. Refunds are typically issued for requests made within 14 days of the purchase date for games in which you haven't accumulated a significant amount of playtime. I don't know what that means, but I'ma just assume it's 2 hours. Same as Steam and Blizzard. Now, I'm not sure about their pre-order games. So let's take a look at their pre-order games when it comes to their return policy. Can you cancel your pre-order? If you change your mind and want to cancel your pre-order, you can do this up to 10 days before the game launches by signing into your Microsoft account and going into your order history page. After this time, you may be billed, and to cancel, you'll need to request a refund. So now let's take a look at the refund terms. So, and it's looking like it's the same here. These digital game purchase refunds terms cover Microsoft Store digital games offers, app, and all that other stuff as well. For refunds related to digital game subscriptions, digital gifting, blah, 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 see the links below. Okay. Pre-order Xbox digital games. And this basically, you should be able to get a refund for games you pre-ordered. So Microsoft, even though they kind of beating around the bush with this, they have a good return policy as well. Now let's look at Sony, which is the worst out of the four here. So check this out. Let's take a look at this pre-orders first. Pre-order purchases made more than 14 days before the release date. For this type of pre-order purchase, you can request a refund at any time up until the release date of the content. Okay, that's cool. Pre-orders purchases made fewer than 14 days before the release date. For this type of pre-order purchase, you can request a refund up to 14 days after the date of purchase. Please note, if you have not started the download of the main product and your pre-order includes extra content that is made available before the main product release, you will no longer be able to access this extra content if you cancel your pre-order. Okay, extra content, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Now let's take a look at the games themselves. Full games, downloadable content, in-game consumables, and season passes fall under this category. After purchasing this type of content for the PlayStation Store, basically when the game first released, day one or whatever, you have 14 days from purchase to request a refund. If you have started to download or stream the purchased content, you will not be eligible for a refund unless the content is faulty. So, again, their return policy is the worst out of the four. But the reason why I say it's the worst out of the four, you probably wonder, wait a minute, what about the Switch? What about Nintendo? The reason why this is the worst out of the four because Call of Duty's not coming on the Switch, thank goodness. Like, nobody buy Call of Duty on the Switch. Like, if that ever happens again, don't do it. But Nintendo's return policy, they the worst. Without question, they're the worst. So, we don't have to worry about the Switch. But the bottom line is this. You have to be concerned with the return policy. So, again, if you have a prepaid phone or a pay-as-you-go phone, your number may not work on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which means you can't play the game online, more than likely the campaign mode as well, and you may be stuck with the game because you can't get a refund. So there you go with that. And this is especially true if you got it from Sony, from the Sony Digital Store, or if you got like a physical copy of the game. You cannot get a full refund like that. So this is very, very important. And the messed up part is Activision Blizzard does not mention this at all on the typical websites that people would go to learn about Call of Duty. So again, Activision.com, CallOfDuty.com, it's nowhere there. Activision support, it's nowhere there. So they're hiding this stuff to say, well, we got you $70, you're stuck with the game. And you know, that's a shitty practice. That's really is. That's shitty as hell. So now I don't have this issue regarding the whole prepaid phone or pay as you go. I don't have that. I have an SMS phone. So if I wanted to, I can get Call of Duty and play the game, no problem. However, I won't be doing that because this is shitty practice. And we all know Activision Blizzard, they got a history of doing shitty things, especially when it comes to women, which I covered on this channel before. So I will be passing on Call of Duty this year. I get why they doing it though, to prevent hackers and cheaters from messing up the game. Because yeah, that is also shitty. But to say, yo, if you buy the game, but you can't play it, sucks for you. That's pretty much what Activision Blizzard is saying by the fact that they're pretty much hiding that key important element. So that's just shitty as hell. That's really, really shitty as hell. I would not be getting this game. And if you really want to play this game or Warzone 2, I don't know if Warzone 2 will count in terms of the whole SMS verification thing, but I highly recommend you do your research. Like before you buy this game for your kid, because I know the kids will want to get this game. You need to do your research. Like you need to tell if you're a kid watching it, you need to tell your mom and dad what type of cell phone you got, because more likely the kids got them prepaid joints, them pay-as-you-go joints, because they're cheaper. So you need to hit up your parents and be like, yo, hold up, before you get that Call of Duty, what type of phone do I have? I need to put in my phone number to play it. And keep in mind, if you do that, you're going to get hit with those phone calls and texts saying, hey, your car warranty is, you're going to get hit with them advertisements. So, because, companies like that, they like to sell your information. That's really how a lot of companies try to make a lot of money. GameStop would do it as well. So, yeah, that's another reason why I'm like, yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. Great. Again, I understand the whole hacking situation. Hacking sucks. I don't like it. It needs to be eradicated from gaming. But this ain't it. This ain't it. So again, before you spend any type of money on this game, again, $70, that's a lot of money for a game. I highly recommend you do your research. I highly recommend you see what type of phone you have. Is you're a kid, if you're not paying for your phone, and see if your phone will work in order for you to play this game. And you let your parents know. Because like if you blindly buy this game and you can't play it, you're stuck with it and you're gonna waste $70. So keep that in mind, folks. Keep that in mind. And I'm gonna call it a wrap. So with all that said, y'all know who this is. This is the boy New J Gatsby, aka New Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.